Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, April 16th, day after tax day, and it is time to get to work. Big basketball game happening right now in the downtown area. Kings are playing the Warriors in the playoffs, the play-in game, so there should be a lot of people down there for that. Other than that, I don't know much what else is going on, but I'm sure there's other stuff. But the big draw is going to be the Kings-Warriors game tonight. So we are currently headed downtown to get started for the week. Let's see. No changes to Maximo. Everything's going to stay the same. I will say that Para is still not working, although I do have it turned on just in case some miracle it works. But as of yesterday, when I talked to support, they said that it's still not working and they had no plan fix or anything like that in the works. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm hoping they get that thing straightened out, but who knows at this point in time. Anyway, Maximo has been doing really well for me, just as it is. So I'm going to be okay with that. I may loosen up some of the geographic restrictions tonight, maybe take some stuff that I wouldn't normally take, just because, I don't know, we'll see. I want to see how busy it is downtown. I know that during the game it's probably going to die off, and maybe during that time I'll do some other stuff, or I'll just try to stick downtown and ride it out until the game gets over. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how the night plays out. But most importantly, wheels are turning. We're heading downtown to go get a ride. I'm going to turn the app on here as I'm getting onto the freeway. As you know, I don't like to do this and talk and all that stuff while I'm driving. So without further ado, let's turn this on, get the app fired up, and hopefully we get to ride on the way down. And if we do, that would be fantastic. And that would be the best way to start the night. So we'll see what happens. All right, let me turn this off. And of course, when I get my first ride, I'll update. And we will go from there. So I'll talk to you in a little bit. Sometimes I wonder about myself. Just drove the whole way down here, not realizing that I had my app set up this way, which makes perfect sense why I didn't get a fucking ride on the way down. I turned it that way last week because I didn't want to get rides on my way home. I just wanted to be online. But anyway, I am such an idiot at times. So now it's fixed, and now we're back to normal. So hopefully I will get a fucking ride. God, I swear to God sometimes. Swear! What the hell? I was wondering why I'm like I cannot believe I'm not getting a single freaking ping the whole time. And there you go. Alright, got a ride. Let's get this party started and get going here. Alright, I will update here in a little bit. All right, quick update. So I just dropped someone off here at the airport, and as I've said, the airport queue is a waste of time. As you can see, lots of cars, and not worth the wait. Even though there's a Comfort Electric slow. I mean, look at the green, the Comfort, the Uber X. Yeah, nope, not gonna do it. If I don't get a ride right now, as I'm driving out, I'm bailing. I'm putting my theory to the test that it's better for me to leave than to sit around and wait. It'll probably be an hour of wasted time. So let's get this done, and we'll head back into town and go get us another ride and make more money instead of sitting still for an hour. That's the plan. So we're going to put this theory to the test. Even on a Tuesday night, I still think I'm going to make more money by going back into town than I would by sitting in the queue for an hour. Oh, look at that. That one I'll take. Sweet. That gets me almost halfway back into town right there. So that's no brainer. I'll take that. So there we go. Didn't even have to wait in the queue. So let's go get Stacy, and I'll be back. I just dropped off David down here in the south area, and this is like one of those rides where I would normally, if Para was active right now, this ride would have got kicked out, because this is further south than 14th Avenue, and I don't typically like to go beyond 14th Avenue. I think we're like 17th or 18th. But I guess the silver lining to this is the fact that the Maximo app auto accepted this thing because it hit all the numbers as far as what would be like the optimal profitable ride for me, and it just auto accepted it. I guess in some sense that's a good thing. I just don't typically like to drive down this far just because it's so far down south that generally you don't get a ride coming back out of here because it's too residential to get something back out. So I mean, I'm gonna have to deadhead it back in, but I mean, it's only like 2 miles back into the area where I would normally be anyway, so it's not a big deal. But you know, it's just one of those things where without Para working right now, I'm open to these kinds of rides where Maximo is just going to auto accept it if it meets the parameters, and it may not be something that I would normally do, but I'm going to end up taking because it's a super profitable ride for me. So I got to make that compromise right now with what's going on with Para and not having it in these rides. So it's kind of the way it goes. As far as the evening so far, it's been pretty good. I will say this, that I think I'm gonna, if I get back into town and I can stop, I want to look to see what this last hour has looked like since I dropped that guy off at the airport and how many rides, because I think I've done like 2 or 3 rides. I did the one out of the airport, and then I did a couple. I've done 2 now since then, and I want to see what that adds up to, because I have a feeling that it's going to be more than what I would have made coming out of the airport and having to wait an hour, because that hour I think is almost up about now. So I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. So I'm hoping my theory of the airport not waiting in the airport queue is proven right here. And you know, it may not be all the time, but I think it's going to be more true that waiting in the queue is a waste of time than it is not true. So we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. All right, I'll be back. So I wanted to come back and look at the rides that I've done since I took the ride to the airport. So let's go back here. So this ride right here for $15.25, that was the one that took me to the airport. Dropped him off at approximately 7:15, and then I got this ride here for $8.58. That was the one that came through that you saw. So there's $8.58, and then after that it was $3.29, and then a $7.92. And then this ride right here for $7.06, which would have been capped me out at the hour basically for the time that I figured that I would have had to have sat in the queue at the airport. So, you know, that's, what do we got there? 15 and 26. So like $27 right there. And by leaving, not going into the queue, $27 for that hour. I'll take that instead of just sitting there doing nothing. So I believe my theory is correct, that you're better off not sitting in the queue and waiting for a ride there than you know, because it's just a waste of time. If you look at, let's go look at how many people are there right now. That's 65 cars for UberX, 35 for Comfort, and 30 for Green. You're going to be sitting there a long fucking time to get a ride. And quite frankly, these drivers that are sitting out there, more power to them. It's just less competition here in town for me. And I can clean up here while they're sitting out there. Sure, maybe they get a $40 ride and they got to drive from the airport out to Roseville. But then what? Are they turning around and driving all the way back to the airport without someone? Because if that's the case, that $40 ride is really like a $20 ride because of their time going back and forth. And they're wasting fuel, more than likely, doing that going back and forth. So it doesn't make any sense to sit there and wait for an hour to get that ride if all you're going to do is turn around and go back and wait more. I don't know how you would make any money doing that, by sitting there in these queues waiting for a ride. Maybe they don't. I don't know. It's never made sense to me. And I think right now I'm proving the point that sitting there is not productive. you're not making money sitting still. So I'm going to stick with my plan as I have it right now, and that is avoid the queue at all costs. Just get out of there. It's not worth it. I'll make more money here in town for sure. I'm pretty positive on that. So anyway, put that to rest and get back to the night at hand. So far so good. Been okay. I think we're kind of a little bit of a lull right now at the game. I don't know where the game's at right now, so I have no idea. But I did turn on my preferences within the Uber app to be just down here in the grid. So for the next 2 hours, so when the game does get out, I should be able to just bang rides out really quick around town, and just grind through that real fast. And then once that 2-hour period is up, I'll start looking for something that's going to be going closer to home or some other normal rides for me at that point in time. But that's the plan right now. I'm going to sit tight here and wait for something. And in the meantime, we'll see what happens. All right, I'll be back. All right, that's a wrap. I'm back in the garage. Man, I didn't give any updates after the game because it was cranking. I was busy. And then, of course, it just dies out. And I ended up taking a ride from East Sac out to Carmichael to right around 11 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? I'll just take this and we'll call it a night and that'll be good. So that's basically what I did. Otherwise, it was pretty hit or miss. Nothing really that exciting. I did give a ride to these two mature women who were talking about being at a bar and not getting paid attention. It was really kind of a funny conversation with them, just hearing their stories about being ignored because of their age, and age discrimination is real, especially at a bar. And I thought it was just quite entertaining to listen to them complain about that, especially because they were two ladies. They were just looking to have a cocktail after the game, and the bartenders wouldn't pay them any attention. But very funny conversation. Anyway, let's do this. Let's turn the app off. Cancel. All right, let's turn that off. Thank you. All right, thanks. All right, go offline, dumbass. Damn it. Thank you. All right, there you go. Good look at the night. Pretty much everything. There's my airport ride. And then this last little bit right here was basically the last ride got me out to there to end the night. But as you can see, pretty much everything's right where it should be. Nice and tight downtown. A couple little stragglers that went out, but nothing too bad. All right, let's look at numbers. Always the most fun part of the night. Wow. Actually, I'm kind of surprised by that. First of all, I didn't think I did 17 rides. And the dollar value for Tuesday night, I'll take that. That's not bad. That's a decent night, especially considering that it was hit or miss in the beginning, especially once the game started until it got out. So I'll take it. Not a bad night. And yeah, that'll do it. Tonight, I'm not going to drive tomorrow night, which is Wednesday. I'll be back out on Thursday and Friday this week. Those will be the next 2 days, and that'll be it for me for this kind of a short week for me. But that's the big plan. So in the meantime, like and subscribe and keep the comments coming, and I greatly appreciate it. And till Thursday, I'll see you guys then. Thanks.